What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck OLED and LCD gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're checking out Code Vein 2. Now, I'm not gonna lie, they kind of designed the screen kind of like crap. You can barely read Code Vein, let alone 2. I had to go back and make sure. I did click on 2, right? Not the first one. But that's besides the point. It's just a silly picture. So, we're gonna see how it runs, or if it runs at all. This might be another game that's just too much for the Steam Deck. Or maybe since there's online aspects, maybe it'll go, nope, you're on Linux, you can't do shit. You can play by yourself, but you can't have nobody else play with you. Or it might be like, no, you can't even do that. Some games are just like, nope, even if you're gonna play by yourself, if the anti-cheat don't work, you can't no play. So I don't know what it's gonna do, because it says unsupported, but that could just be because the thing's too slow for it. So we're gonna stop blabbing and we're gonna go find out. So here we go. These are the settings we're gonna run. I should have put the frame rate cap at unlimited, but I already knew we weren't getting anywhere near 144 FPS, so I was just like, no. It wants to use 60% render scale. Now, starting out, we tried high. I was like, okay, wow, this is gonna be stupid, but we'll try it, because that's the default. Some people would just go, hit start, and go, thinking, oh, the game surely would have picked out some good settings for me, but not all games do that. But anyway, why don't we go check out how terrible this is, then we'll go try something more realistic, like all low. Although that's still probably pretty terrible, but hey, at least it'll be better than this.
Great disaster, known as the Resurgence. The Resurgence corrupts everything it touches. In the blink of an eye, the world changed. The vast majority of humans and animals are transformed into vicious horrors. It was not long before human society fell apart. In their place, rising from the shadows of history, were the Revenants. Idris, the most revered and honored of all Revenants, sought out and found a way to seal the Resurgence. Yet that victory, such as it was short-lived. As time passed, the seal gradually weakened, as all things must, and it neared a fatal failure. 100 years ago, a great battle was waged. Revenants fought desperately in an attempt to restore the strength of the seal. Many brave Revenants, in fact, the very bravest, met their end in this battle, which we now call the Upheaval. The heroes of that conflict managed to reseal the Resurgence in a great, moon-like shell that hangs in the sky. Today we honor them and their memory as heroes for their noble sacrifice. Even now, Calamity itself is held at bay by the mighty seal of the Luna Rapaces, which devours the life force of those heroes. And now... "100 years have come and gone since the Battle of the Upheaval. And one day, when those heroes' strength is spent, this world will..." I shall guide you. Please follow me. How do you feel? Don't hesitate to tell me if you don't feel well. This area was constructed underground. Let's take the elevator to the surface.
We shall now turn everything down to low, which unfortunately didn't really help out all that much. It could be because of the render scaling. Maybe I should have tried hooding that up to like 85 like I did on some of the other systems. Because eventually you get to a point where it gets to be a CPU bottleneck, and this thing already doesn't have a very powerful CPU. I mean, the GPU isn't anything in there super right home about either, but I'd say the GPU is definitely more impressive than the CPU on this thing. But regardless, let's go and run around and see what it can do.
Our destination is the tower on the hill. Until a century ago, Magmal was a research institute dedicated to the investigation of Forme. By Forme, I refer to the unique abilities of revenants, conventionally known as enchantments, curses, and the like. These two were once revenants, turned to stone by a Forma. A century ago, one came to raid Magmal Island. The other is a revenant who tried to thwart him. Their duel ended in lethal blows, a moment that now stands forever frozen. In any case, come along. We should be going. There's someone expecting you at the top of the tower.
Now for the OLED, we already know that high isn't going to work, so why bother even trying that? Since we've got lots of systems to test, I figured let's not waste time doing stuff we absolutely know won't work. Even on the Allies, I decided to start doing almost no time, maybe a minute or so, and then that's it, move on if it's getting unplayable FPS, instead of sitting there getting 2 minutes of 20 FPS or something like that, you know? But why don't we go hop in and see what the OLED can do?
Make sure you rest up.
Good. Okay. If I'm right, I believe we should be able to talk here at our leisure. This is a space where our minds and the pieces of our hearts intertwine. Perhaps we could call it something fitting like the confluence. Think of it as a private realm, one that only you and I can access. It would appear that, while we are in the past, there are only certain conditions under which we can meet and speak. First, I hope you'll forgive me for being such little help. As am I assure you. But I do regret being a hindrance to you. My apologies. Now let's go over the current situation. As Lady Lavinia explained, I have been blessed with a rare power.
Can't believe I let raiders invade the island. Talk about embarrassing. I know this isn't your fight, but I'll return the favor. Let's do this. What a lucky find.
Well, alright. At first, I wasn't even thinking we were going to get any camera quick gameplay on this game.
We're almost there.
But the Steam Deck OLED seems to be able to barely be hanging on to playable frame rates. Still not great by any means. Surprised I haven't died yet. Yeah, well, I guess we ain't getting over that way, huh? Oops.
Hey, you're up. Bet you vanished.
Mushrooms. there we go. I walked right off the
Go
edge.
to waste.
Alright, so that's the way we came from. So instead of going that way, I guess we're going down this tunnel. I don't really see anywhere else to go besides that.
Sure is dark. Human eyes won't cut it in here. You got a light?
Nope. Is that a light? Nope.
Astonishing. Of all the formae our ancestors accumulated, who'd have thought one of this caliber still lay dormant? Now, just who might you be?
The hell? Valentin!
Noah, do you know who these people are? I don't recall arranging to meet anyone here.
I swear. Give me a second. What? Who the hell are these two?
Yeah, definitely still not a great experience at all. But it's still doing slightly better than the Steam Deck LCD. The Steam Deck LCD really hated this game.
That was a raider ambush, wasn't it?
Oh, I was being ambushed.
Was what you've
Yeah.
got to say? You nearly got yourself killed.
Noah must have asked you to join him. Thank you. It seems you were quite the help to him. My name is Valentin Voda. I'm in charge of formae research efforts here on Magmel Island. So, you're a solo hunter, are you? Tell me, do you have a place to stay in Magmel yet? I see. In that case, how would you like to help us here? Our former research can always use a hand. If Noah saw fit to offer you his heart so quickly, that says all I need to know. I hope we get along.
Why don't we save the introductions for later and get back, okay? There could be more bandits lurking around.
Lurkin'.
I'm afraid I'll need to stay just a little longer, Noah. You see, I've just made a substantial discovery.
Did you hear nothing I just said?
There, it surely won't be long. Actually, I'm rather more concerned for the inhabitants of the island. I want you to return to Magmel without me. Don't fret, I won't be far behind.
Fine, have it your way then. Let's go. We need to warn everybody back at Magmel. Reckless idiot. Doesn't appreciate how much harder he makes my job pulling crap like that. Well, we did manage to avoid the worst with your help, at least. Thanks for pitching in. Let's get our asses back to Magmel and alert everyone about those bandits.
Rightio.
Time to move.
to go up here? Yes. Oh wait, maybe not. Guess we just go here? Or is this where we came in from? Now I'm all confused. Okay, no. We didn't go down. We definitely won't go up, so I think this is right. If I wanted to get back above ground. Yep, that's what I was expecting. Yeah, still dropping into the 20s and whatnot. If you can deal with that kind of stuff and still think this is playable, all the power to you, but this is not what I'd consider playable at all. No. He makes me look like an absolute noob. Thank God he's around. I would have died so many times. But yeah, let's kill these things, and then if that's things to kill or talk to them, or whatever we're supposed to do. And then I think we'll wrap up. Ow. Stamina. Alright, good. You finished them off. I was too busy. Anyway, yeah, this is still definitely not playable at all to me, and probably like 99% of everybody else. So, I think we got more than enough footage since we didn't play at all on the Steam. Didn't get any camera recorded footage on the LCD. I figured I'd go a little longer on the OLED since it was somewhat more playable, but nah, not doing it, Chief. At least in my opinion. But I think with that, we'll go wrap up. Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Code Vein 2 on the Steam Deck OLED and LCD. And no surprise, it was not a great showing. But it is so far under the minimum specs, it's not even funny. So, the fact that the OLED actually got close to playable frame rates was actually kind of impressive, but still not good enough. And it also had to make it look like a potato to do so. Not too many people would want to play like that. But hey, if you saw what you saw and you could still play like that, all the power to you. I'm not saying none of that stuff to be insulting or anything. Somebody thought I was trying to do that one. Nope, that's just for me. I like 60 plus. So that's why I usually use this for like super old games. More often than not, I'll just grab my Xbox Ally X. It actually seems to be not bad, and it's way more powerful. And it's actually even better to hold. One of the best things about the Steam Deck is ergonomics, value, but power is not one of them. It was never a powerhouse even when it came out. It was kind of weak compared to some of the other stuff that was already out there. And then once the Ally came out, it was like, okay, yeah, game over. But then the Ally had the problem of having the same size battery as the LCD here, and then it was all like, hey, you want to play for 10 minutes? Not really that bad, but that's what it felt like. Kind of how my LCD is. Nowadays, with its aged battery, you get like 30, 40 minutes out of it, and it's like, it's done. It's like, I'm out, peace. But anyway, that's all for this particular video. Sucks it wasn't playable, wasn't really expecting it to be, but I wanted to test it anyway. So that's all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoy making it for you guys, and still, can't do a proper peace out yet, but hopefully one day soon. So a left-handed peace out, and until the next video.